Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we are back again with another comparison. This time, the Emil II versus the AMX 5120. Both of these, of course, are Tier 9 clipping vehicles. Now, the Emil II is a little bit of a weird clipper because, of course, it's actually an auto-reloading vehicle. So not only can it have 3 shells loaded and get all 3 of them out, dealing 1200 damage, as this does carry a massive 120mm gun, but also, at the same time, this vehicle has the ability to reload each shell singularly, where the AMX 5120 definitely does not have the single-shot reload ability, but it has way better damage per minute, in fact 500 more, and as well, it's a way more mobile chassis, but it is an autoloader. So both of these vehicles are very different, but they both carry an extremely deadly clip. So this is a really good comparison in my opinion, because they're very similar on the damage they deal, but very different in the ways they play. So of course, if you enjoyed today's video, and you want to see more like it, please make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. But getting straight into it, we're going to be starting off with the Emil. Now, one thing people don't really understand about this vehicle is how small it really is. When you compare it to the size of the AMX, you can definitely see that the Emil is just like half the size of it. It's a very small tank. And what that means is, first of all, you're able to get across the map very, very easily and not get detected a lot. But second of all, it makes it much harder to penetrate the weak spots on this tank. Now, what is weak about it? What is strong? Well, it's definitely not nearly as strong as the Kranvagn on the turret. It actually has the exact same hull armor, which is good. That means that the upper plate is going to ricochet a lot of shells if you are using gun depression. The side armor is still 80mm thick, but the turret armor is definitely weaker. It's only about 350mm thick when you're using full gun depression, and about 290 when you're using flat grounds. Now, while that's definitely not bad, in fact, that's going to ricochet pretty much all Tier 8 shells against Tier 10s unless you're going up against Tier 10 mediums. Most Tier 10 heavies can actually penetrate through the turret if you are on flat grounds. In fact, most vehicles in general can pen through the turret on flat ground, so it definitely comes with a couple weak spots, but when we get to the AMX, it's kind of way better, you'll see. But yeah, I personally really do like the Emil's armor. I think that it's a decently mobile tank when you use the speed boost, and it does do a pretty dang solid job in most of the battles. Honestly, I don't mind fighting Tier 10s in this vehicle because it does do such a solid job. As always, it carries that big clipping gun. In fact, pretty much the exact same damage per minute as the auto-reloading Tier 10 as well, the Kranvagn. So this is a decent map for the vehicle. I'm, of course, going to be pushing right into the middle of the map, trying to work my gun depression over towards the medium side. What that's going to give me the ability to do is be very aggressive, even while they have a bunch of Tier 10 heavies. One thing is that I've got a clip that does 1200 damage, so I'm more deadly when I've got a clip loaded than pretty much all the other vehicles on the enemy team, apart from maybe the FE 4005, apart from the Batchat. So I've got to tell my team, of course, to go this way, because I'm not sure what the E100 is doing, but we're going to go this way. I don't know what the team's doing, to be fair, but I'm still going to go this way, because I don't really have much of a choice. So the E100's turning around, thankfully, and we're going to see if we can do the best of jobs. So here we go, pushing right to that spot I was talking about. Now, this thing comes with 9 degrees of gun depression, something the AMX definitely cannot boast about. It's one little issue on the AMX. Now, that Batchat just got absolutely slapped there. A pretty big shell entering him. We actually did not get detected ourselves, which, again, because we're such a small target, is why we did not. So now I can push it very aggressive. Now, somehow I was able to detect the Object 268, kind of weird, but now I'm able to get into an aggressive position like this and start shooting at vehicles like that T-54E1. Ooh, you're starting to see one of the issues with the vehicle. It is the gun's accuracy. It's not necessarily the best, but at the same time, we're able to get nice shells out like that one on to the T-54E1. So that still was a pretty nice shot, and now we're going to wait for our shell to reload, of course, so we can tap another one in. So we got the 268 right there. I'm not going to fire yet, though. I'm, of course, going to wait, going to try and maximize the amount of damage I can get out with this vehicle, waiting for my entire clip to load. That way, we're going to be way more deadly once we do get it out there. So we got the FE2 showing me the side of his vehicle. There's one nice penetration into him. That 268 kind of getting a little aggressive here. So let's make our way down this hill. Of course, I can wait for my clip to reload once again, maybe get a shell into that Batchat or not. I just found out that my gun literally does not have enough gun elevation to shoot that guy, but it looks like that Batchat's in a bit of a predicament as it is. So we can try and make our way up this hill. I literally can't shoot that Batchat at all until now, but we're going to back up until I've got that third shell loaded. There we go. Now we got 3 shells in a clip ready to rumble, and this is where that clip becomes extremely dangerous against enemy forces, because this T-54 already taken out by 1 shell. Then we got the M103 off to the side, who there's another nice penetration into, and as well that FE2 be showing me the side of his turret. Boom. That was about 1200 damage. So yeah, pretty dang devastating when you think about it. The fact that I was able to deal 1200 damage in such a quick succession of time, it really is an extremely deadly tank. So let's get a nice shot into the 268 superstructure there. Another penetrating shell as well. And now that I am using my gun depression, suppression. Not only that, but I'm above these vehicles. This is where I become practically impenetrable, although I will say this IS-4 can pen me with premium. Again, it's only about 350 millimeters, but he's tapping me with premium, which is going to do less damage than, of course, my standard. So we're always going to be coming out on top. Now, we got the Emil II, we got the side of his turret here, although I'm actually going to go for the... Yeah, we'll go for the side of the turret, in fact. I didn't think we were going to be able to penetrate it, but you know what? We're still doing pretty dang solid amounts of damage here. The IS-4 is not going to be an easy penetration unless I do have his side of his tank exposed. We're actually going to go, we'll go for the side of his hull. There you go. Nice tap for 307, and this was a pretty dang nice game. Wasn't the most damage, only about 3,700, but still a pretty respectable amount. Of course, when you realize that this was only a tier 9 battle, especially against some of the top tier heavies, you can see I was so confident, just able to literally tank shots, get a lot of damage out, and that's what the Kronwagen's able to do. I got 1,200 damage out in a matter of 7 seconds. I absolutely love this vehicle. In fact, I think I am liking the Emil II more than the Kronwagen now. I think I did just call this the Kronwagen, in fact. I still get them confused because when you look at them, they're almost identical, and I'm so used to playing the Kron, but all of the tanks in this line are so fun to run. Now, moving on to the AMX 5120, this is a very, very different vehicle. First of all, it's very mobile, goes 50 kilometers per hour, and as well 20 in reverse, something the Kronwagen and the Emil both do not boast is mobility. They only go 35, which is not very quick. Actually, 30. I don't know why I thought 35, but yeah, they only go 30, which is 20 slower than the AMX. So not only does this tank go about 30% faster, it's also got way, way better damage per minute at 2,500 compared to the 2,000 on the Emil II. It's got better penetration on the standard at 257. The premium is sitting exactly the same, but because this is APCR, it's got shell normalization, which of course means about maybe 255 millimeters effective, so it is better on the penetration. And as well, the HE damage is the exact same as the Emil II at 515, making this an extremely deadly clipper. And of course, the best thing about this clip is that it takes 3 seconds per shot, where the Kronwagen and the Emil take 3.53. So different advantages between both the vehicles. I personally will say that I do like the Emil II better. I just think it's a way more flexible tank. You have armor. While this vehicle here does have the mobility, one thing it struggles with is the armor. It literally has none. And while I will say the armor actually works better than the tier 10 AMX 50B because you can't be penetrated with HE very easily on the side, it still struggles a very large amount. Against mediums, they just rip it apart. So I gotta be very careful on this map. But at the same time, again, I do have an extremely deadly clip. In 22 seconds, I'm able to literally get out a matter of 1,200 damage, which again is a very large amount. So, you know, it's all depending on how you want to do. So I'm not sure where the team wants to go, to be fair. It looks like they all want to go towards the heavy route, which is not what I necessarily wanted because, as I just said, this thing has no armor. So judging that you have no armor, I don't want to go that way. Yes, okay, good. So the team is pushing some of their tanks over here. As I said, I just really can't work a heavy tank position when I have no heavily armored parts of my vehicle. So we did get detected by the AMX there, and what that means is I'm not going to be trying to pull out, at least for the next couple of seconds while I am detected. We also got vehicles like that Kampfpanzer off to the side. I'm not sure if there's anybody else over here. Actually, we got the E100 as well, so it looks like the entire enemy team is pushing off to this position here. We've got the 55A as well over here. But there is the enemy E100, and ooh, that was a very unfortunate shell there. Come on. Oh, I thought that shell was going to miss. Come on. We can get one more shot out and fire 2 nice shots into that E100 there. Of course, gotta love that nice incher clip of 3 seconds. So that was about 800 damage dealt to that poor E100 there in just a couple of seconds. And now we got a vehicle like the AMX all the way to the back, so we can use that mobility that this vehicle was given and try and get to the poor Object 704 here is just getting absolutely demolished right now. So let's see if we can get there quick enough. Come on, make my way. Go, 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 go. We can make our way over here. Yes, here we go. Using that mobility the vehicle was given, although that accuracy really did let me down there. So there's one nice shot into the AMX. Let's get a second shell out. Boom, 2 nice shots into him here. Let's back up. Hopefully the 704 is going to cover me. Let's see if we can use him as some cover here. So yes, the 704 is going to hold this guy off while he's holding him off. Oh, good shot from my 704 there. I'm going to try and get off to the side here so this AMX can't shoot me. Or not the AMX, but the 55A. Here we go. Let's back up before the AMX is able to get a shot into me here. And let's try and tap that shell in. Perfect shell into you. Now the 55A is, of course, a 2-tap for us, which is fantastic. So there's one shell. Oh, the game does not like me at all, does it? But you know what? We've got one shell into him. We've killed his driver as well, which is very nice for me. Which means in a matter of 16 seconds, we're going to have another shell loaded in. So hopefully my team will do a good job of supporting me here. But you can see where the armor armor definitely does not work. It's something that I personally do not like a crazy amount on the vehicle. It's just the fact that it literally has 0 armor. It's a very big weakness, of course. It's actually an extremely large weakness. It makes this vehicle inflexible in some scenarios, and yeah, it's something that is not to be desired in certain battle types. So this Kronwagen over here getting a nice snap into the E100. Hopefully he gets one more shell in. There you go, penetrating that final shell. And all we have left is the bat chat all the way across the map. Not sure if we're going to be able to tap him, but we're going to try our best, of course. So let's make our way over here. Come on, we can tap this bat. Come on, I believe in my powers. All right, let's make our way over here. And on the move, maybe not, but you know what? We still got the penetrating shell in. So not the most amount of damage as you saw there, but that's, of course, the difference. And I kind of wanted to show that in the tank here because we weren't really able to push it super aggressive, where the Emil II were able to push really aggressive. I honestly wouldn't have been worried about vehicles like the AMX. In fact, since we have that auto-reloading ability, we could have easily tapped that guy in the first place with all 3 and then reloaded a 3rd one, or, you know, a 4th one, I mean. So it's kind of back and forth, but I personally feel that the Emil II is definitely a stronger vehicle. The AMX is good, but the Emil is always going to be in my heart currently. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you enjoyed today's video, or you want to see some other ones like this. Please make sure to let me know. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.